When did you decide to fight fire with fire? The exact moment was 3:47 a.m. on a Tuesday, when my neighbor Quincy started his leaf blower again, for the third time that week. I'd been dealing with his deliberate noise harassment for 8 months, ever since I'd politely asked him to move his garbage cans away from my bedroom window. It started small, the way these things always do. His dog Rutger would bark at exactly 6 a.m. every morning, trained like a furry alarm clock to wake the entire block. When I politely mentioned it over the fence, Quincy just smiled that cold smile and said, "Dogs will be dogs." Then came the midnight parties that lasted until 4 a.m., with bass that rattled my dishes and made my walls vibrate. The police visited twice, took notes, shrugged, and did absolutely nothing. Some people just don't respond to reason, my dad said when I called him in tears after another sleepless night. Maybe you need to speak his language instead of yours. I tried everything civilized first. A friendly conversation over the fence where I explained my early work schedule. A polite handwritten letter detailing how the noise was affecting my health. Even homemade chocolate chip cookies with a note asking for basic consideration. Quincy took the cookies, smiled, and cranked his music louder that same night. The empty plate appeared on my doorstep the next morning with ants crawling all over it. The leaf blower was his masterstroke of psychological warfare. Every single day at dawn, he'd fire that mechanical monster up and aim it directly at my bedroom windows, clearing the same 3 pathetic leaves over and over, while deliberately grinning at my curtains. He'd make eye contact through the glass while doing it. My job performance started suffering from chronic exhaustion. My doctor prescribed sleeping pills that barely made a dent. That Tuesday night, lying in bed listening to his latest 2 a.m. leaf clearing session, something inside me finally snapped. I pulled on jeans and a hoodie, marched to my garage, and found my late grandmother's old emergency air horn from her Coast Guard days. The thing could signal ships from 2 miles away. If Quincy wanted to play games with sound, we'd play games with sound. At exactly 3:48 a.m., I stood on my front porch and let loose with everything that horn had. The sound could wake the dead, and probably did. Through his bedroom window, I saw Quincy bolt upright in bed, hair wild with confusion and terror. I waited exactly 30 seconds, letting the silence build, then blasted again, then a fourth time for good measure. His porch light flicked on. He stumbled outside in striped boxers and flip-flops, looking like a confused toddler. "What the hell are you doing?" he shouted across the yard. "Clearing leaves," I said sweetly, holding up the horn. "Thought I'd try the early morning shift." I hit the horn again, longer this time. For the next 2 weeks, I matched him decibel for decibel and hour for hour. Every time he started that leaf blower, I started my horn. When he played music at midnight, I played mine at 3 a.m. When Rutger barked at dawn, I stood outside Quincy's bedroom window practicing my new bagpipe hobby that I'd conveniently discovered on YouTube. The beautiful thing about fighting fire with fire, it burns both ways. Soon, other neighbors were complaining about both of us. But here's what Quincy hadn't counted on. I'd spent 8 months documenting everything first. Videos with timestamps, noise meter readings, photos of my prescription sleep aids. When the police finally came, I had evidence. He had excuses and dark circles under his eyes. 2 weeks later, Quincy knocked on my door holding a white flag, literally a dish towel tied to a wooden spatula. "Truce?" he asked, looking absolutely exhausted. I smiled and slowly put away my air horn. "Next time," I said, "try asking nicely first. Sometimes you have to burn down the peace to build a better one."